YouTube, it's Erin, and I am the Handbag Housewife, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is in collaboration with Julie from Agent Bag Reviews and Melissa Adams Wade. We all three have selected 3 favorite handbags from our current handbag collections, and we want to offer up some alternatives that we don't own, but that are available that might be more luxurious or might be a better deal or might be just a little different, and that little tweak is going to make it something that you love. So we thought it would be a fun way to shop without spending any money, and that's something all 3 of us are kind of, I guess, aiming for this year, or at least I am at this moment, but that would still help you if you are on the hunt for any of these bags or for something like them. So let's start out with my Chanel Classic Flap. I do not show this bag that much on my channel, but this is kind of the pinnacle for me of luxury. The Chanel Classic Flap is totally out of my reach now. I would never pay over $10,000 for a handbag. I paid nowhere near that for this bag. In fact, I paid closer to a third of the current retail price when I got this bag just 4 or 5 years ago. It's insane how much the prices, even on the pre-love market, have went up. They're at least double on the pre-love market in similar condition. But you don't have to spend all that money to get a gorgeous black quilted bag with multiple different kinds of hardware. And I thought I would present to you some options that would give you the same look and feel, but not stretch your bank account quite so far. And the first one is a new release by Coach, and that is the Quilted Soft Tabby. I've seen pictures of the medium large classic flap up next to the Quilted Soft Tabby, and they are remarkably similar in both shape and also with the quilting and the chain strap. They are both just incredibly lovely bags, and I've heard that the leather on the Quilted Tabby 26 is absolutely luscious. And so at a price tag of around $550 versus over $10,000, to me, it's a no-brainer. And if I didn't already have this one, I would be running out to pick up that Coach Quilted Soft Tabby. And I have to say I'm tempted, even though I do already have this bag in my hand. The next one I would like to talk about is the ruched Tory Burch Kira. And I did own this bag. I did sell it to a friend of mine because I wasn't using it. I figured that when I would get dressed up and go out, I would use the Chanel because I just don't get dressed up all that often. So I went ahead and sold that bag to a good friend of mine, and I have to say that when you look at that bag in person, the quality is astounding. And Tory Burch has, I think, discontinued it because the small size is no longer available on the website, but the mini is, and I'll make sure to link that as well as any other bags that I talk about today that I can link. But the mini's still available, and you can find the ruched Kira on the pre-love market because it just hasn't been gone all that long. And you may also be able to find it in a store if you call Tory Burch. But that bag, the construction of it is amazing, and it retailed, I believe, for $648, and you can probably get it cheaper since it did get clearanced out as far as I know. And so I would imagine that you can find a deal on that if you hunt for it. I would just recommend that with Tory Burch, you make sure that the person you are buying it from, if you buy it on eBay or wherever you find it, has like impeccable 100% positive feedback, because there are fakes out there that are really good with Tory Burch. And I'm sure there are with Coach too, but I've seen them with Tory Burch, it seems like, more often. So I have one more option for you that is available on the Tory Burch website, and that would be the Chevron Kira. And I do feel like that bag is just as much an alternative to the Saint Laurent Small Lulu as it is to the Chanel Classic Flap. It's almost like these two had a baby and produced the Tory Burch Small Kira in the chevron pattern. But for today's purposes, I am focusing on the Chanel. The Tory Burch Small Kira, I've owned several of those. They are made They are really nice. I do think that they need a little bit more structure than they have. So I would recommend, if you get that one, to get an insert for it. But those bags are great. They do have a leather break at the top of at least one of the two straps, and that makes them much more comfortable. And you can also wear them crossbody, which you cannot do with the Chanel Classic Flap. The next favorite I would like to feature today is my Prada re-edition. I actually love this bag so much. I have 3 of them, and I do have 2 great alternatives for you that have wonderful price tags in comparison to this bag. This bag retails for over $2,000, and it does come with the chain strap and the guitar strap. But never fear, you can get both of those straps with both of my alternatives, and they both cost less than $300. So the first one would be the Coach Cross Grain Hobo. It comes with a guitar strap as well as a chain strap, and I do think it may be just a tiny bit taller than the Prada re-edition. It looks like it could fit things easier because of that. I haven't tried my stuff in that bag, but I did see it in person, and the leather is very similar to the Prada Saffiano leather, which to me indicates that it should be quite durable. And with a retail price of around $350, it is a really good deal. The other alternative I have for you is the Tory Burch Mercer bag, and I think that they have discontinued that bag, but you can still find them on Zappos, and I'll link them down below. And I could only find the nylon version, which of course Prada's famous for their nylon, and the Tory Burch nylon is quite nice as well. I've felt it. And the Mercer bag, I found it in a couple different colors on Zappos, and I would say that is super cute, but I do think it's smaller than the Prada re-edition. So even though it is a much cheaper alternative, that bag wouldn't work quite as well for me because of the size. There also is a newer bag that I hadn't heard of called the Virginia, and it basically looks to me very similar to the Mercer bag. It may be just their updated version. So the Mercer bags that I found ranged from $278, I believe, to $378, and the Virginia I think was on sale for $194. So at that price tag, you can squeeze your stuff in and save the money from the Prada re-edition. Or I highly recommend this bag, even though it's expensive. It is one of my favorite bags to take when we're out and about and I don't want to have a heavy bag. So that's why this bag is one of my favorites in my collection. And you just can't go wrong whether you go with this bag or you pick one of those fabulous alternatives. The last bag I'm going to feature today is the Marc Jacobs, the tote bag in the color Cement. Now, this one's a little different because I'm not going from luxury down to contemporary. I'm going to be going from contemporary to contemporary or from contemporary to luxury. The first option I'd like to talk about is the Chloe Woody tote. I can't tell you how many times I've looked at this tote. You can get it in a canvas or in a leather, and the prices that I saw recently on Gilt, you could get the small size, which is comparable to the mini of the tote bag, in leather anywhere from around $1,100 to around $1,300, if I remember correctly, and the colors were fantastic. They had like a oxblood type shade as well as a argan oil type shade. And if you went to the canvas options, you could save $400 or $500 at least, and they had a couple great options as well. So if you don't mind a canvas bag, then that would be an option that was roughly twice as much as this bag, which is not nearly the markup you see with Chanel, and you're getting a luxury designer bag. So I've thought about the Chloe Woody, but the things I don't like about it is that it dents in on the side, and I just don't like how the straps attach quite as well because the strap's super skinny, and I don't know this because I haven't tried one on in person, but I'm not sure that the really skinny leather strap would be as nice as the Marc Jacobs strap, and it looks like the handle drop may not be as generous as well. So that's why I have 2 Marc Jacobs the tote bags, which is the cheaper option, and I am loving them. The other alternative I want to talk about is the newer Coach cargo tote. The one that they have that's similar in size to this is $195, and it's currently completely sold out on the Coach website. But from what I can tell, the ones that are in this size, they're only in canvas, and so that's something to consider. They do say Coach across the front, and they have a very similar vibe to this one. I did feel them at the store, and the canvas felt really good, really thick, really soft, and I think that having one of those would be an excellent alternative to the canvas Marc Jacobs the tote bag. But if I was going to do leather, I think that the Chloe's a better alternative. That said, this is my favorite of the three, and it is more expensive than the Coach, but way less expensive than the Chloe. So those are my 3 bag styles that are current favorites in my closet: the Chanel Classic Flap, the Prada Re-Edition, and the Marc Jacobs the tote bag. And I hope I presented you with some alternatives that are food for thought if you're on the hunt for any of these bag styles, because you can accomplish the same goal whether you spend a few $100s to many thousands of dollars. So I hope that with the options I've presented, whether you want the luxury option or the contemporary option, you feel like you have some great choices. And I want to remind you to run over to both Julie and Melissa's videos. I will link those down below as well, so that you can check out 3 of their favorite handbags and find out what alternatives they scoped out for you to those bags. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Do it and ring the notification bell so that you are notified of future exciting content such as this. Also, go find me on Instagram. The name there's the same, is the @ then the handbag housewife, all lowercase. You can DM me there, or you can email me at thehandbaghousewife@gmail.com. If I don't hear from you, I will see you again real soon. Take care and have a fabulous day. Bye.